dog. And I'm like, hey. Dumbass. I got the thin from my big brother, too. Y'all don't know what thin is. That's what they call the quality down here in the A. I just overdid it off the drink, I might faint. 100 bands on me, fuck up, bang, fuck you think. I got rank, I got aim, I got shakes, I got chain. Shoot them chopsticks at niggas, we don't do no gun range. My new bitch from Central Pay, let me see what my band don't make. Let me hit a bitch where the sun don't shine. Know I'm from the hood where the niggas don't play. Boy from the hood where the hoes like lanes. Main reason niggas never chose your main. Big 4-5, it'll swallow your brain. Big AR, come expose your gang. Glock in his face like 3D, shots to the arm like TB, fuck a foreign hoe in a TP, know a little nigga wanna beat me. Block party all on repeat. She don't want shit but to ski. I don't want shit but to be a king. Strong on these niggas like creatine. I smoke weed till I can't smoke weed. Smoke me a nigga trying to take my cheese. Broke me a bitch trying to play with me. Put a nigga story on A&E. Baccarat, my spray ain't cheap. Baklava with my German heathens. All I say is one word, we beefing. Sticks from overseas, do you weak? Bitch, I got an attitude. Used to be broke with no hoe, still showing gratitude. Now I rock a show and make your hoe come home, be mad at you. Like how she end up with a goofy. You out your shit, think she ain't my groupie. Be on my dick and I ain't touch that coochie. On my mama, that's the truth. And your mama love me too. And you wondering what I'm about to do. On God, Pastor Rock, I shoot. I ain't never gotta find my juice. See no new line.
Crazy we play like 2 minutes of the song, but yet it's 4 minutes into the show.
That is
How does that happen?
It's a time trick. Time is.
Are we so
That's a
just
flat circle.
maybe we can all get on the phone. Are we using Apple's time or are we using like Adult Swim time for these show starts and
Just
ends?
totally demoralizing.
I don't know, Eric. I got people in the chat being like, "Hey, I can't wait to see the show. I haven't seen it in a long time. I want to see Wong Cam."
Hey, whoever
What do you want me to do?
Whoever actually is thinking that, I appreciate it.
Do you show up to parties exactly at the time specified?
100%.
If the
You
party,
guys
if
show
the
up
party's
too
gonna
late.
end on time, if the party has a strict out time that you actually enforce,
I don't
want
like
to
late
get into this right
motherfuckers.
now.
It was 5 o'clock and Walter wasn't even in his seat.
On whose watch though? What the fuck is going on here, dude? Bad start, Eric. 5:04 and the show's just starting.
Can you
And you know what I'm gonna
both
say?
them mics?
What I'm gonna say is, are we gonna get to?
See, it works.
Cut our mics. That's cool.
See?
Cool. Cut the stars of the show off. God.
Aha.
God.
Anyway, it's
Fucking thing sucks.
All right. Well, we're back. Dev meeting, aka the bakery. You know why? Because we handing out that bread.
no one wants to go with
Okay.
that.
All right.
No one likes that.
Well, last week, I'm gonna be honest, dude. After a nice breathable hiatus, it wasn't it. So this week you get to redeem yourself. So hopefully, the people who didn't.
We
get in
weren't
this
on
one-
either though. I don't feel like we were too.
We don't have to do anything. What are you talking about? Be
We do
on?
have to get to
The
facilitate
exciting,
the
yeah.
show.
Last week was rough.
You know,
It's
we
rough.
bridged the gap.
You
between rough pitches
hitting
to
the
rough
buttons
pitches.
you were all over the place with it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, make this a personal thing.
I'm not just saying this show. I'm just saying last week in general. It was a tough re-entry.
Oh yeah, that was the first.
Oh,
week
what?
back.
This is actually getting personal. Eric's like had to get his cat like vitamins or
Oh
something.
no.
No cat. They both died last year.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Damn.
All right, Eric. My bad.
Damn. You should have got him.
Whoops.
That's how I got the upper
Jeez.
ground here.
Aye.
High ground.
God damn. All right. Anyway, you guys got anything to say before we kick this off? Or?
Nah, but I do have in case we run out of things to say.
Got any more feet
I've
to
got
put in
a
your
few.
mouth?
I got a
Anyone?
few hot topics.
Oh.
In case we get stuck.
Buck
You
slip.
like a Rick and Morty shirt?
Well, I
'cause
got three.
hot
I got
topics.
three.
No, it
One of them
cover.
doesn't work anymore because one of them was about last week. On this Thursday last week, I was wearing Nike shoes with Fila socks, and I know you like to talk about that, but I'm not doing that anymore, so I can't.
Well, we
I'ma cross
can.
that out.
I like it because
I'ma
we
cross
have
that out.
different perspectives. I think it's interesting.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. I don't want to talk about
All
it.
right, whatever. Fuck you.
That was
dude.
last week.
Honestly, fuck
What
you.
was it? Oh, are you not gonna? It's like a surprise.
I was gonna. No, I had on.
No,
some
no,
Fila
the other
socks.
two topics. You said they had three. Are you not gonna?
Why?
tell
He's
us?
not gonna blow him now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know.
Jody,
I don't know.
Jody, have you ever been?
You know
on,
what?
have you ever been on a show before?
No.
Have you ever?
Have you ever been the star of your own show?
I have
before?
not.
Okay.
Do you know how
listen.
this entertainment thing works?
No.
I was gonna ask her, you have anything to add, and I was just gonna hear, anyway, so probably like, like that.
No. No,
that
is
sounds
not.
like Jordy.
It does
It does
not
sound like
I
Jordy.
I turned to look at her.
No,
That's a
like
digestible
That's a lot
yes.
higher.
All right. Let's
All right.
They-
Let's. What's up, Let's? Are you ready to go? You ready for this bread?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's go, baby.
Enough of the small talk. Let's
Hey,
hear
how's
it.
it going?
No. No small talk. Let's hear this pitch.
All right. So I got this show. It's done. Season 1 is over. We got 8 episodes, sorry. They're about 10 minutes long each. It's about 2 guys who live with their asshole of a grandfather. And he's always yelling at them, calling them assholes and cunts just to go get a job, and they never do. And then they eventually just start selling drugs and guns and putting stuff out on the market, and then they get a bunch of money.
I don't see where the humor is.
This
That
presentation.
sounds fire.
Want me to put my link? I could show you the video.
Drop the link.
Yeah. Jordy, you wanna?
I had some audio issues. for a
No.
second.
I don't think that was an issue.
Okay.
Oh, Terra Squaw. Okay.
Is that this?
Yeah, if you want, you can just scroll down to number 7, slide 7, and click on either Buzz Sells Weed
Why
or the
did
Giants game.
Why did you spell terror that way?
Well, because Terror Squad is like Fat Joe's rap group, and I figured, we could call it Terror Squad, as in they're the Terror Squad, they're Earth Gang, because Terror means Earth.
I thought.
They're rocking the Earth right now.
Man, that does not tie in.
Hey, Gramps, can I have $20?
What? What did I tell you about coming in my room, you little cunt?
I know, I'm sorry, but I could really use that $20.
Go get a job like every other American then.
Damn, I gotta get a job.
Your mother's a whore, and I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
Buzz, what are you doing? I thought you were getting a job.
Well, I was, and as I walked towards the door, I said, damn, I need to go smoke first. So I went to the basement, and to my surprise, Hass was already smoking. And then he said that we should go watch Batman. So here I am, watching Batman.
Look, you need to get a job or start going to school. You can't keep asking me for $20 every day.
School? I ain't going back to school. Yeah, I'd hate going to school this day and age. There's way too many shootings happening. Yeah, I think one just happened in California.
Oh yeah? I'm gonna send your ass to California if you don't start doing something today, or else you're gonna grow up to be like that loser cunt cousin you got right next to you.
Me?
All right. I mean, this is Aqua Teen Terror Squad. That's what it reminded me of.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I was watching Aqua Teen, and that's what inspired me to start animation in the first place, and I figured I'd start off like this.
Well, I'll say
You know,
it's a good start. I'll say if you're just starting, this is actually a very good start.
Thank you.
Now starting.
Yeah, I started this about a year ago.
Yeah. Starting and getting to the place where it's something that we would be like, oh, this is a great show. This is a great show idea. You'll definitely be on the board. I'm not saying you might not even hit the top spot because it's an interesting look. These characters just seem like they just want to say dirty things and that type of thing. And
Yeah, I think like what you said is like Aqua Teen inspired you to make something, and I see that in this a little bit, or we see that in this, and I feel like that's like early stages of making shit. You just got to keep making shit because out of that you got to find your own voice.
Exactly.
And so you can look to emulate people all day, but that's not gonna matter in a court of law, you know. So
yeah, well, it's just really the animation style that's similar to Aqua Teen. I tried to give it my own feel of just the kids I grew up with in my neighborhood. Just people standing outside of 7-Eleven selling drugs. I feel like you don't really see that on TV. Just people making fun of like kids that they grew up with in school. It's kind of like Workaholics. Like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I just,
I've never seen that.
I guess
Hey man, keep going. All right, we appreciate you calling. We're gonna put you on the board.
Yeah, I appreciate the feedback, guys. Like seriously, thank you for the constructive criticism.
You know the fucking
All right, I love you.
vibes.
All right,
you know
peace.
the fucking vibes. You know the fucking vibes.
All right,
You know the
what's
fucking
up? Do we have more
You
vibes?
know the fucking vibes.
Terra Squaw, #1 on the claim.
Terror Squad. He knew Fat Joe would come slap fire out of him if he put Terror. It's like Fat Joe will catch up to you. Jordy, you know how Fat Joe gets down.
Yeah. Everyone.
Yes, yes.
They call themselves the Terror Squad.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Terror.
I think I watched an episode of when his kid, I think, was on a reality TV show.
Oh, was he on Growing Up Hip Hop or something?
Yeah,
like
something
that?
like that. And
His kid beat somebody up.
no, I mean the kid seemed. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. It's fine.
What? Oh, say it. You
God.
can't.
You
Come
can't.
on.
Oh my God.
Come on.
You
Get
seem
edgy.
fine.
Yeah, no wonder
Cross,
why you're not
Jordy,
you don't have a
cross the
seat up
line.
here.
Jordy, we got to get our ratings up. You got to say it.
No, I mean the dynamic was very like typical like father son kind of thing.
Do you know? Do
Oh,
you understand
and you
how
don't
that?
appreciate
Do you
that?
understand how that
No, it's
story
very
didn't
sweet.
lend itself to any entertainment whatsoever?
We're
Damn.
talking
It
about
was
Fat
just
Joe.
so,
We're
like-
talking about Fat Joe.
I know, but you gotta
And
have
then
an
and
opinion
he has
on
a
it.
son who also
Well, what
wants
did he
to be,
do?
He wants to be a
All right, all
rapper.
Oh fuck! There was tea there, and you chose not to spill
Well,
it.
if you guys
Apparently
want
the tea was on
watch,
TV.
Yeah, watch Growing Up Hip Hop, and you'll get it.
Oh man! All right, tune
You're
in.
very
to the
articulate.
Tune into the next episode of Growing Up Hip Hop. What's
Jordy,
up, caller? You got
we'll come back to Jordy with some more hot gossip. Jordy's our gossip caller.
I'm the gossip columnist.
That's fire.
I'm gonna tell you guys.
She'll tell half a story and then throw you to the article.
You know, you heard what happened with Tom Cruise?
We should go to
I think it was
CNN.com.
Hollywood Reporter, maybe Variety. I don't know.
Caller, do we have you? Are you bored to fucking tears yet, or what?
No, I am cracking up. You guys are hilarious.
Oh,
Let's
you
get it,
stop
though.
it. You got a pitch?
How are you guys? Yes, I have a pitch.
Let's hear it.
Have we talked to you before?
Yes, you guys have talked
Yeah, I
to me
was
before.
gonna say,
I'm
sounds
Internet. I pitched
You had music.
the Adult Swim game show.
Did you have
before.
music? Did you make music? Am I making that
I
up?
think that's another.
No,
Oh,
I
someone
think
else.
you
All
are.
right.
No, I don't make music.
Game show.
Yeah, it was Adult Swim
You're
game
only
show,
the
and you was
second
like,
woman to ever
oh,
call into the show.
Eric,
really?
that's a lie.
No,
that is a lie.
Come on,
Hooray for the
man.
vaginas.
No. That's
But
a
no,
lie.
you guys said you wanted a narrative, so I came back with a narrative.
I'm trying
do
to
it.
remember what the
And-
game
All right, let's hear it.
I'm putting it in the what you call it now.
I got
Your
it.
Miss Pitch Bitch.
Oh,
And it's
Miss
called
Pitch
OCD.
Bitch.
I think I have to sign in to get. Can you make this readable
Here, I'll get you sent it.
public? Or yeah, can you?
Oh,
Yeah.
crap, Ola.
Hang
What's
on,
the deal?
Stand by. It might be our bad, so we're just trying to figure it out.
Okay, because I copied and pasted it into a new window to make sure that it didn't ask for any passwords or anything.
Well, why don't you start
Okay.
taking
and
us
and it
through
went
it?
through.
Is it
Like verbally.
No, but it didn't actually. Anyway, yeah. So it's called
doing that on the
OCD,
internet.
Other Crazy Delinquents.
yeah.
Logline. You guys have it?
Not yet. Almost.
No,
I'm
just
signing in.
take us through it, though. It's all
Yeah.
good. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Logline. A group of special needs
See, I need
teenage
to request
misfits
access.
are trained in a secret organization run by a quadriplegic ex-professor gazillionaire who funds their missions to stop global health corruption. And so basically, it's kind of like the young kids of X-Men who meets Timmy and Jimmy from South Park, who goes on a special crime-fighting, like spy missions to stop medical crimes.
Damn.
And but their superpowers are their disabilities.
Okay.
And like for instance, one character, she has cerebral palsy. What? What? How do you say
Cerebral
that?
palsy.
Man.
Yes, thank you. I can't ever pronounce that. But she is like transmissions person, expert who transporter, can drive anything, can fly anything. Another one.
Hold on, real quick. We can't open the document. Is that the thing?
You cannot open the document.
You can't open the document.
You should call back, or we could put you on hold. I never want to put anyone on hold. I will put her on hold while we figure out how. Is there a way we're gonna figure out?
It's her
Can
on
I
her
read?
side.
Can I read?
I think we're doing you a disservice by you just reading if you actually have the document.
I know, right?
It's
do.
a permissions thing. Chat, if you guys could tell her how to turn off the must need permissions to read this document thing.
Yes, make
that's
it
what,
public.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put her on hold if we can.
All right. Let's take another one. Hey, caller.
Hey.
You got a pitch today?
Do what?
Do you have a pitch today?
Oh, hell yeah, I do.
I didn't tell you to do anything.
Simon says, busted open like
Simon
a freak.
says,
What is it? Simon says,
throw your.
The kids. That's what the kids are doing now. That's the Simon Says game. Simon says, busted open like a freak. Simon says,
touch
hey,
your knees
how's that?
to your toe.
Shout out to Meg.
Anyway.
Y'all doing that on the internet.
You got a pitch?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
So, basically, think of it as, imagine Soul Eater, but with video games. So essentially what happens is people turn into game controllers to help other people become professional video game players. But it's not just using the games as a gimmick. It's using it to actually tell a story and show, the professional gaming scene from an insider perspective. And I just posted the Google Docs to the synopsis and character bios.
It's an interesting way.
Yeah, this is cool.
Thanks.
So do you want to talk us through this?
Sure thing.
And more in depth,
but quickly at the same time.
Sure. Late 80s, video fighting games are invented, blah, blah, blah. Basically, this guy named Ryuji wants to become a professional fighting game player, but he doesn't have a fight stick, which is a type of gaming controller that simulates like an arcade. So he runs into this girl, Elena James, who can turn into a fight stick. And she gives him pointers and stuff. And basically, they kind of have like a telepathic link during the fight.
And I'm sorry, there's just people in this world that do turn into fight sticks. Or is it just her? She's the special.
There are other people.
Okay.
Like I said, this world, I'm being like, well, I mean, maybe, but yeah.
Okay.
So basically, other people besides her that can turn into fight sticks or hell, racing wheels for some people. But yeah,
Gotcha.
That's basically the premise, and it's an underdog story of how they rise to the top to try and overtake the rest of the competition.
Okay.
And is this a comedy? It feels obviously anime inspired and action adventure, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a bit of a parody of anime in a way, with a parody of the over the top shonen where you have a character going, this blah 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 just happened.
Right.
So it's inspired by things like Dragon Ball Z and, like I said, Soul Eater, but again, very
each
comedic.
episode he's like fighting against these or going against these gamers. Is that what we're doing episode to episode, and then we're kind of just watching him kind of
somewhat more or less about the interactions between the characters. It's a character-based comedy over anything else.
Right.
The premise opens up new opportunities. However, is made specifically as a buddy comedy.
But it is like Pokemon in a way where his goal is to be the best, I guess, right?
I guess in a way, yeah. I guess you could say that.
The chat's bringing up Game Set Machu Picchu, which is kind of an anime inspired thing that we make. I mean, look, I think the tough part
that's a little different than
no,
this.
for sure. But I'm saying I think the tough thing you're gonna have here in selling it, and I don't know how much other stuff you've made or written, is that what you're saying actually sounds cool. It's a character thing. It's just tough from looking at this to really figure out what type of dialogue or what type of character work you're doing.
That is completely understandable. I can rework this a bit more and pitch it later if you'd like.
Yeah,
give an example.
Look, this is the type of thing that I think you're like onto something for sure. I feel like
people turn into controllers.
Yeah, that's sick, and that sort of like cool creative will lend itself to something. I don't know exactly what it is, if it's for Adult Swim or comedy in general, but I think the look and the way it was presented kind of makes us question whether or not if you've thought about this being like actually comedy first and adventure second, but because it reads, I think, the vice versa. So I would work on it. I mean, we're obviously like a weird place, but this is cool, man. I think you should keep working on it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Come back. You're on to something with the controllers thing.
That boy up to something.
Let me just throw this up together in like a week, because I tried getting in last week and I literally had Jack.
I honestly, I don't want to talk to you in a week. I think this is a bigger thing. I think you're gonna have to really massage this. But you're welcome to come back, but I think there's a lot more building than you think that needs to happen in a week. So
definitely
stew on it. All right.
All right.
Plus, if you keep bothering us, I think that's the other thing you got to worry about. Like, if you keep coming back with like little tweaks and it's not getting anywhere, you're kind of like,
then Cam starts to hate you.
I'll just start to fucking.
I'll still treat you like a person, but Cam will start treating you.
No, I'll go home. I'll pretend you're my pillow and just fucking beat the shit out of it. More and more. I just got. We can hang up on him, but I just got a new parachute pillow
Ooh.
All right.
an ad?
And I would honestly just go home and just crush that thing. You know, it comes with a nice little thick
I don't
buoyancy.
know. I don't have a
Okay,
parachute
great,
pillow.
great
Very
pillow.
sexual.
Shout out to Parachute. But
He's
when
gonna
I
crush
fucking
that.
go home and I fucking beat the shit out of that thing, it's
All right,
like turning
Do you have
into a
sheets
crepe.
as well, or
Jody's
is it
gonna
just
indulge
a
this.
pillow?
Jody's actually gonna indulge.
No,
this
no
conversation.
parachute sheets, but just the side sleeper pillow. 'Cause,
Where
you know,
does button mashers fall on the board?
I see potential.
I don't, but
Wow.
I don't see why you're so enamored with the controller thing.
I like people turning in controllers. That's all I got. But this is what I want to do. This is what we're gonna do because we want to start trying to call people. Mason, can we call that number I give you? Because I think this person would have an opinion and know about people turning into controllers.
Does it move up on Terra Squad or does it stay put?
well, we should decide after this conversation.
Let's call. We're gonna call. We're gonna call. I'm gonna try to call Matt Sinreich.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to call Matt Sinreich, one of the creators of Robot Chicken. See if we can get him. He does not know we're calling.
This is just.
If we can't him, we'll
this
just
is just rude on so many
we'll
levels.
just call Seth Green.
He's like, who is this? Walter. Who?
Seth Green is the backup.
Walter.
Oh, something didn't work.
Oh,
We knew
nice.
this. We
Of
knew
course.
this would go smooth.
Of course.
No.
Of course.
Please!
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Stupid Buddy, this is Maggie.
Hey Maggie, what's up? It's Walter.
Hey, Walter.
Hey, is Matt around?
Yeah, one sec. Let me put him through.
That's former intern Maggie.
Yes.
Get it though.
This is their whole music.
Hey, Walt.
Yo, what's up, man? I'm gonna tell.
how
I'm
are
gonna
ya?
tell you right now. You're live on Development Meeting.
What's
the,
up,
the
Matt?
show we want to have you here on in person. So it's a bit of a surprise call.
Oh, wonderful.
so-
I have someone named Keith Crawford here with me.
I've heard of that guy.
shit.
I've heard of that guy. I'm seeing you in like 90 minutes, and then we're going to a show.
That is true. If you'd like, if you're happy, I can put him on this lovely development call as well.
No. We don't know that. But
We wanted to call you.
One, we want to call you because we just got a pitch about a guy whose like friend turns into a video game controller.
Okay.
Have you heard of something like people turning into video game controllers? We've been debating if that's.
And then the
Oh,
premise
God.
the premise of it is that this guy's like trying to level up in the gaming world by using this character as a gaming controller.
It's kind of an action adventure anime type.
Is the main character's name like Player One?
Right.
Yeah.
It could be. And is he ready? No, he's not ready yet.
I've never heard of something like that. I mean, it sounds a little bit like Zan and Jaina, doing Wonder Twin Powers Activate in form of this, but not off the top of my head.
Gotcha.
Keith is also asking me if you've reached out to Matt Rice to ask him about any of this over at UTA.
I will definitely. We'll definitely call Matt Rice one day on here. The other thing I want to ask you, because tonight we're going to see a comedy show.
Yes, we are.
And you're on Development Meeting. A lot of people who watch the show love Robot Chicken, know about Stupid Buddy. How do you go about finding talent, writers? What do you do? What do you guys do over there at Stupid Buddy?
What do we do? For us trying to find new talent, it comes from all different directions. Probably like you do. It's a lot of surfing the internet and seeing what's out there and seeing people who might be on YouTube or something like that.
Well,
or
we're on the
like-
internet, Matt. We have our own show where we just look for people.
I watch your show occasionally, although I wasn't watching today.
I'm just kidding.
You
But sorry, I
guys
cut you
are
off.
stars
Go
in
on.
your own right. But like Jamie Loftus, the show we're going to tonight, I found her because a couple people here were saying that her Twitter feed was really funny. So I started following her on Twitter, and then I started reading her little things that she posts online, and there's some animation stuff that she does, which is actually really good that she's posted.
Yeah.
So that intrigued me. And then we saw one of her shows, and we're like, who is this person? We should have her work for us. So it's that kind of thing. I always point back to, I think Rachel Bloom is always a pinnacle one, because for her, we saw, am I allowed to curse on this, or am I not allowed to curse on this?
Damn, I don't know. What are you going to say about Rachel, first of all? But yes, you can.
For Rachel, she had this thing called Fuck Me Ray Bradbury. It was a music video that she
right.
posted online, and it just kind of stumbled across us, and I thought it was fantastic. And we just had to try to find her phone number just to see if we can lure her in.
I feel like Twitter's really become the gateway, and it's like, hey, you have a good Twitter, then you want to see if the person has anything else. And then if you start to see video, then you're like, oh, or a live show, then it becomes really real.
Well, you can do like it's
100%.
words focus, and then
Right.
it's like, you know, then you have the videos where it's like the words aren't as the center of Instagram. But I've seen it on both.
Instagram,
but,
yeah, for sure.
But Jamie has turned into a writer on Robot Chicken. I think also too, like how do you find let's say like artists or people who like kind of know how to create like stop motion and stuff.
Like
They're,
to do
on
the
the production
animation
side. Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole other world of stuff for production. I mean, we usually go to a lot of the art schools that are out there. So we'll go to like Cal Arts, or we'll go to RISD, or there's a bunch of places out there where you learn these crafts. The other place we find it is again the lovely internet. Yeah, so we'll see people with little stop motion shorts where we're just like, oh, okay, this guy has like a little Lego short that's interesting. What else are they capable of doing? Or we'll teach some classes internally to see if people can actually, be able to do that animation style that we like so much. Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. And going back to the writing, only because this is a different way to go about doing it. You made me think about Walt and I were at Austin Television Festival. And I always like this story because there's a woman named Ellery Smith who's still in college who handed me a actual spec script of hers that I didn't want to take. I ended up taking. It sat on my desk for maybe a year, and I kept saying, I'll read it, I'll read it, I'll read it. And it took me that year to read, and when I read it, I was like, oh, wow, she actually can write, this person. And I had to try to track down her phone number to have her come in, and then I realized she still had another 2 years of school before she could actually write for us.
Wow.
But it's there's never a correct way.
Yeah. By the way, shout out
I like
Ellery,
to say.
who has a great Twitter, too. Ellery Smith. Well, Matt, I'll see you later. And
I'll see you, yes.
And
Keith says hi.
Tell Keith hello. We'll get Keith
Keith's
on.
waving.
Keith's been on.
Okay.
He's been on.
We got to get you here in
Oh, yeah.
person. When
He's listening on delay.
Sooner the robot coming back, we should get you in here.
I would love that. That sounds great. Well, I'll see you in like an hour or two.
All right, man.
Thanks, Matt.
All right.
All right. Have a good one. Bye, guys.
So you can get discovered by Matt on this thing.
I mean, look, the internet literally stays undefeated. I feel like it's no secret that you could fucking blow up and forget all the people that you once knew and act like you forgot them because
this is
small world, man.
Let's take a call. I don't want to hit.
Well,
I do have a topic.
I was reading the chat, and someone did say that there is a show about people that turn into controllers.
Damn,
and I
Sega
guess
Hard Girls is a tight name.
Yeah, one, it's a great name.
They turn into consoles. They said.
Oh, sorry, consoles.
Not controllers.
That's close, though. That
close.
counts. Turn into console. What is it?
Like the Sega console.
So people actually.
Hard Girls is
do you
dope.
need a game to?
I'm
how does this
trying
work?
to watch it. I'm trying to find like a.
Yeah, let's see this. Sega licensed this name out everywhere now.
Oh, so this.
Oh,
is
did that
this a
affect
game?
the board? That call? It didn't sound like it. Yeah? Huh?
Nah,
Huh?
leave. Well,
Leave? Huh?
Yeah, leave it.
Leave it.
I'm trying to wait till. I don't even know if this is like a. This doesn't feel like a real trailer. I don't know what Idea Factory is.
You should talk us through it.
You know.
Sega
Okay.
Saturn.
I don't know. I'll figure it out later.
Yo.
I can't like.
I don't know.
I don't
all the
even care.
animes,
I'm
but-
more curious about that guy's pitch than the first one. So I'll just say
but
that.
Have you guys seen it's a huge anime show, and everyone else in the chat probably knows it. This ice skating anime show. I've only seen the intro.
Yuri on Ice.
It's so tight. The beginning of the show. Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
I haven't seen
It's
it.
fucking
Yeah.
amazing. Anyway. All right, let's
Anyway,
take a call.
this board is wide open.
Let's take a call.
Wait, speaking of skating,
You want to try Antoinette, who we put on hold earlier?
if
she
she's
ready?
ready,
All right,
man, it's
let's
so
get one more
fucking
before
hot in
her.
the
All right,
studio,
all right.
dude.
Very
Oh
warm
my
in
god,
the studio.
what's
Should
going
get
on?
This is
fans and
nothing.
misters.
Well, I'm roasting.
Somebody has to say it.
Hey,
Oh, hey, Cam.
hey, yes.
Hi, Cam. Hi, Walter. Adult Swim. Is it Jordy and Eric behind the scenes today?
And Mason.
And Mason is there.
Thank you.
Oh, man, Mason. Hey, hello, Adult Swim.
Mason's
Pleasure
here. He's
to,
just he stays not annoying as everybody else.
Thank you.
Do you got a pitch for us?
I sure do. Yeah.
Oh no, the sprint's going out.
Damn. Just imagine
So,
having the
whenever-
chance of a lifetime, and then
And then your sprint just fucking kicks off.
Speaking of the chance of a lifetime, I do want to, before I jump into the pitch, thank you guys for doing this. This is
We don't
really
need
cool
the thanks.
stuff.
We don't need no thanks. We need the fire.
All right, yeah. You guys probably hear that all the time. All right. Well, when you get it opened up, let me know.
Jordan?
Jordan?
I'm
How much you
sorry.
want to bet this
This
one's
is like
private?
$1 million. No,
I don't
actually,
wanna-
I
I
would
think
think
he knows.
Okay,
He knows
so
the deal.
should we look at the trailer first before we jump into the deck?
Yeah, it is 3 minutes, but I'm sure you guys will stop it whenever.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just so easy to feel so small.
We're getting chopped up!
Can't anyone follow instructions in this fuck up of a platoon?
What the fuck? Are you even looking where you're shooting?
Get to that foxhole, kid. Come on.
Get over that fucking ridge, supple. I'll shoot you in the back of the face myself, you useless assholes. Asshole!
Bro, it's always buttholes with you, bro.
You turned my mission into a miscarriage.
Green as fuck, aren't you?
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
I'm not going home in a bag just so some goof can get a silver bird.
Sir, is green ideological or is it inexperienced? And what does it have to do with our nation's color, sir? Don't question my authority. Oh, shit. Now, stop thinking about fat cow pussy and get to work.
Are you fucking kidding me?
An honorable sacrifice.
Just as long as you're not the one getting pinned down.
You're gonna have to shed your green, rookie. I'm surprised that can of dicks didn't get turned around and start shooting at us.
Yo, come on, man.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Or so far.
Look,
God, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It just taps into like the 12-year-old in me.
I know.
Just visually, it's fun to watch. I
12-year-old like
He's
furiously.
a little
under
in
their
love with
sheets.
swear words.
Jerking.
Yeah, it doesn't really go anywhere. That's what I'm curious what you're gonna tell us. But it's fun to look at, and there might be something here in a small capacity.
Right on. Well, that's music to my ears. Did you guys make it right to the end, or did you cut it off a little earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Were we going for 3 minutes, bro?
We were not. We probably got maybe halfway through.
Yeah, we did like halfway.
Yeah, okay. So when you open up the pitch deck, you'll see the poster, and you'll see at the bottom of the poster the title of the show is Green. Now, the title of the show I'm actually going to go with is Small Mean Souls. I think that kind of encapsulates the story just a little bit better than just simply Green. What it's about is an idealistic corporal who is contending with the misuse of authority amongst his superiors as the Green Army is battling the evil Tan Army. Okay. So where this story is going to be taking place is on a world that I'm calling Sachiroto, which is going to comprise of 11 different countries who are all represented by their respective colors. So you've got the Orangolians, the Purple Vanians, the Blue United States, Cyan Islands, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And these countries have pretty much been at war since the beginning of time. So we're following the Green Army, and in that Green Army is Corporal Micmac. He's our idealistic young protagonist his main character trait is going to be his altruism. So he joined the Green Army looking to unite with like-minded altruistic people, and it didn't really turn out that way. Instead, what he found was a complete lack of vigilance, a bunch of self-centered, selfish, short-sighted, lazy soldiers, and he's totally stuck in the army. He's conscripted now. He can't get out. So the main antagonist is going to be Captain Hoggish. Hoggish is going to be all the anti-altruist values rolled up into one. He's pretty much primarily motivated by getting promotions within the Green Army to expand his power. He does this by throwing waves and waves of little green men at these objectives and has really no care in the world for whether they live or they die.
Okay.
So
I got a question. What is it like day to day in this world?
Day to day. So
or episode to episode.
Are Are you asking in regards to serialization versus episodic, or just kind of the flow of an episode?
Yeah, just flowing up an episode. Like what am I watching when I turn when I flip it on Adult Swim and this is on it? What am I seeing?
You're going to be seeing, first of all, you're going to be seeing the the Little Green Army guys put into really intense wartime situations. Yet they're still not going to break character. They're going to still retain their character flaw being in the middle of a war. So they'll be, in a foxhole, and they're still trying to decide. They're misusing their authority to send the lower-ranking soldiers into battle and trying to make sure that they're not the ones that have to go up.
All right, let's do this.
I do want.
Look, you're number one on the board because you made something that looks really cool and was fun. We need to read these episodes to see, because I'm not completely selling. I'm still feeling like we kind of saw it all with what you made, which is cool. I want to send it to Dave Hughes, which is a cool thing, who does our Adult Swim Smalls and stuff, because I do think you're making something interesting. But let us read these episodes and see if he has something there, and then we can reach back out. We got your information.
I mean, the one thing going against him is there was a video game franchise for a while called Army Men that, I mean, this setting has been done, but
for sure,
it's really pretty.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing
better
that
writing.
I feel like, just going off of what Matt Senright said, is like you just throw this shit on the internet and then see how people react and see if people call you to work in whatever job that you're trying to do, because it seems like you're really crafty. I do think that this is kind of, we're still watching like a war show, and it feels like it's playing into those tropes. But let's thank you for calling. Appreciate it.
I can't remember what this button does, so I know you get mad when I just want to hit it. That's
yeah, me.
Hey. Oh, okay.
All
a lot of
right.
seasons,
Number one on the board. We'll put him.
Mm-hmm. It's already been put.
He's
Some
got
very,
it's already
very
been put.
detailed.
Been put.
The chat said war is hell. That's fucking real, man. It's real.
Okay.
It's
time.
so hot in here.
It is so hot.
Like, what? Is something changed? Have you guys? Is
Can
it like
we
brighter
like
light?
email Lindquist?
Normally, they cut the heat. I mean, the air conditioning off at 6.
I know you
it
said
seems like
that
it's been
before,
earlier.
but can we
yeah, I
just
don't know. It
have
started
them,
like
Not sick.
as of last week. It seemed like it's getting warmer again. We asked them about keeping the air on later, and they basically gave us a quote for an hourly rate that it would cost to run the air conditioning longer, and it's not cheap.
What the fuck?
But it should be on. It should be on it up to
All right.
this point, which is crazy.
Enough
But we
maintenance
should
talk.
acquire.
Okay.
Oh, this is why I wanted to ask you, because you brought this. This was this yesterday when you told me Post Malone has a better voice than Drake?
That was when we
Was that
were
yesterday?
at lunch. I think. 2
I
days
think
ago.
sounding
Defend
voice.
that, because I don't think. I'm curious. I'm not even saying they're way far apart, but I just think Drake actually has a better singing voice. if
You
you're looking
didn't
at
want to
what-
hear what I had to say there. I like
still
that you're
don't.
bringing it up to here. I don't think you want to hear what I said.
I'm asking you
okay.
now. You have
so
the
now
floor.
I'm gonna. Okay. So Post Malone.
What the fuck?
So Post Malone.
I feel like you're just doing this to actually try to beef instead of listening to what I'm saying. So if you're ready to
I'm
be
ready.
an adult,
I'm all ears.
I'm fucking ready to have a
uh,
conversation. I think Drake is, both artists are great, very talented in their own respects. Drake, his voice, if I'm, let's say, building a band, I'm getting a bunch of studio musicians and I'm having Drake or Post Malone sing a part, I'm going with Post Malone. I think Drake's voice is like pretty raspy, and it's a style for Drake. It works for Drake. But if I'm building
You
like,
think Post Malone's voice is raspy?
no, I think it's kind of more classically like, hey, this is a part that's more accessible than Drake.
All right.
So, better, I wouldn't say. I don't think it's better. I think it's like, if I'm building an orchestra, I'd probably go with like a Post Malone to do a part, because
What do you think?
I can't tell you what Post Malone's voice sounds like.
she's never heard music, so it's a tough one.
That is actually sick. All right, let's take a call.
Yep.
Everyone in this room is now dumber.
I agree.
See, you
I
had
jumped
that.
on yours.
You had that ready, and you just did this whole thing
why
to
don't
fucking.
Cap, if you know anything,
No,
it's
it's
that
all
we
good.
don't set anything up for the show.
I'm gonna just set up a whole thing and just make you look like a fucking idiot. Then
Your whole life's a setup.
man.
I like these raccoons.
All right,
I
let's
love
bring
this
a call in.
Look at them swimming in the
They are
pond.
here.
I do.
What's up?
They're
What's
so
up, caller?
Hey, I'm
Take-
back. It's me, Internet.
Oh, what's
Okay,
up? Are you
great.
ready to go?
Yes, I fixed the thingy.
All right, cool.
All right, let me.
Do you guys remember the Marie Antoinette reboot or that movie where they tried to just
That was
play
Sofia Coppola.
With
rock
Kirsten
rock
Dunst?
music?
I don't know if that was in the trailer.
No,
I don't know if
not
that was
that
in the
one.
movie.
Oh,
but-
wasn't?
Right.
Oh man, that was so strange. Anyway, what's up,
I
Antoinette?
didn't watch it.
Okay, so we have
don't-
it. We have it pulled up. The doc. It was successful.
So I just sent it into the chat.
Yeah, we got it pulled up.
Oh, great. Okay, so I don't have any illustrations, unfortunately. But like I was telling you, I could start with the pilot. It's about a kid, 16-year-old boy. His name is Kevin Spokes. He's that type of guy that like fights for the little guy. So he's like bully's bully. And the first episode, he gets hit by a car, and he becomes a paraplegic. And then a secret organization, like I was saying, named the Crutch, the Coalition Resolving Undervalued Troubles Causing Harm, the Crutch. They go around the world looking for kids with disabilities to fight crimes in, the medical field, medical corruption, actually. So his team is called the Ables, and they go around helping those in need and putting the orthopedic shoe to whomever's ass needs to be kicked. So the person who recruits him, his professor is, his name is ex-Professor Xander Wright. So they call him ex-Professor X. And he's a quadriplegic, so he kind of scoots around on the whole bed thing with the wheels and everything, and he can only move his arm. I told you about the transporter. Her name is Donette. She can drive anything, fly anything that can be transported, but she has cerebral palsy, so she does have the crutches. Cynthia Swipe Ruckus. She is a multilingualist, but she's also a mute. So she can understand any language, but she can't speak. So her middle name Swipe because she always has a device to. She's also hypermesia. I don't know. I wrote this so long ago. She can't smell, so that's another disability. Jacoby Weisenberg Steen. He's mission control. He has Tourette syndrome and asthma.
Can we? You want to take us through an episode?
Sure. So an episode could be like fetus trafficking, but it's kind of like what you think, but not what you think. It's like it's weird. It's kind of like babies out in the street, like whores, but but they're not babies yet because these parents that can't have children, they're walking around like crackheads, trying to find, be a second. Another episode could be someone kidnapping doctors. I was thinking that they could be, I don't know, brain surgeons, so they have to go on this mission to find doctors.
I think we got it. I guess the concern would be how long can we pull out of almost just this medical punny space into something.
Yeah, I think it's also it being kind of a problem a week that the superhero team needs to solve. I think.
Well, they also have problems within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like one character, Tenshi, he's in a coma, so he has a full android to do everything for him for the team, and he just hates his birthday because it's like I'm watching myself grow up in a bed. But he's so cool because it's like, dude, you're an android. You could do anything. You're a little, not better than Cyborg, but it's like, kind of like Ghost in the Shell, but not really Ghost in the Shell because you're not dead. You're alive. And
we got
Kevin,
you. We got you.
The
We
first
got
episode.
you. We got you. Well, I think is there a spot on the board?
It has been filled currently.
Does this replace anything on the board?
This and button mashers feel like it suffers from the similar.
I just like the idea in button mashers.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if this one.
I don't know if you're making a board, but you know where we're at. You
Okay.
got our number.
Yes,
You got
I
our number.
do always.
Thanks
Yes,
for calling.
and I will. No problem. Thanks.
All right.
To me, that would be very, very, very low on any list.
I
Remember
think like a
Handyman
really
on
good
Living Color?
question to people too is like, why do you want to make this too?
What-
you know,
what-
like what does this mean to you? Why do you?
For sure.
What is it that you want to like? Why is it? And granted, some people like just want to make shit, and I understand that. But like an idea like this,
You have to have. It has to have more legs.
You
Like
gotta
if you're gonna do like a
that's a-
food show,
that's a-
and you're gonna make a bunch of
that's
food
bad.
puns, you're
No.
gonna you can do that, but it has to have more.
more
it's
than
just
that.
a classic case of me being like, what
What?
What is
You-
it in
you
you
do
that
say that a lot. It's
I
classic.
say what anytime I go to a meeting, I go check it 1 2 what and people go crazy. But like honestly, ask yourself when you're making anything like, what does this mean to me? Why am I making this?
Do I want to spend? The thing is, if you actually get to do it, you're gonna spend
Exactly.
18 months and maybe eight years. In Matt Sinrights' case, the fucking rest of his life making
Yeah.
a show. So you better like it.
Right. That's why
it better have a lot to get into.
That's something very few people think about.
No shit.
You're just thinking about getting a show, which I
Yeah.
get.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
know?
You're just like, I just want this, and then you get it, and be like, oh,
I think
fuck.
too, like the things that attract us, and we're in 2020, we're trying to like help. I think the people that watch the show a little bit more, and that's why we have Matt on and stuff. But like, I think what also is a selling point to me, if somebody comes in the room and they're pitching something, they go, this is something I've been touring for 18 months. This is like how much I give a shit about this. I'm more inclined to be like, okay, this person's been living with this for so long. And I know you could say you work on something for 5 years. Anybody could say that. But like if you're actively like working on it and this is all you think about, and anytime I ask you a question, you have the perfect response and like everything kind of thought out, then that's going to make us probably be like, okay, this is more serious in the line of like pitches we're getting. So anyway,
It also felt a little young. I'll say that as well.
Okay. Take a call. We'd take you.
Hi.
We'd take you.
This might be one of our last calls. So
We got 10 minutes.
I don't know.
Well, with Eric, it might be 3 minutes.
We got to
Hold
dole
on.
out the money.
3 minutes.
Okay, what's your pitch called?
Okay.
I'm tired.
Okay.
Hi. My pitch is called Strange and Wonderful Tales, and it's an anthology series shot mostly on green screen, modeled after old cartoons with live actors, and I have a pilot filmed starring Bob Burt from Sonic Youth.
All right, that was very straightforward.
Okay,
Do
do
you have a
you
link?
have a link? Yeah.
I do, yeah. I'll drop it in right now. This is the pilot.
Cool.
It's from Dylan Mars Greenberg 1.
I got it.
All right, we're checking it out.
Who had Dylan Mars Greenberg without any numbers? I think I said I don't know. I didn't hear. That's just a weird. Can we stop it? If you're gonna have a name that's like 3 names and it's not like Mike, Matt, and
Well, maybe it's his dad.
Gary,
Maybe
you
his dad
shouldn't
wanted the
really
first.
need you shouldn't really need numbers after your name. After if you have 3 names,
The number might mean something. Like that might have been his quarterback jersey number.
He's like, nah, it's first place.
Her.
Hmm?
My pronouns are her.
Oh, sorry, Dylan.
No, it's okay.
I still my question. Why 1?
Honestly, it was just the first thing I thought when I was making the account. I tried to make Dylan Mars Greenberg, and for some reason it wouldn't let me.
Oh, okay, that's fair. All right,
it is.
play
Yeah.
on.
All right, we're watching it now.
Yeah, this is okay. Thank you.
I like that Martini Torino poster. Like that tea kettle.
pussy boy I like. Huh? Who the fuck is that? Get your fucking ass out of my house. You like to interfere with a woman when I watch her soaps? Get your ass out of here.
Leather. I just love the feel of leather.
Man, don't you got no dope for me?
Oh.
I know you got dope for me. Come on.
Oh, leave me alone.
Come on, man. No, I know you got dope.
Stop! What the fuck are you doing here? What are you doing here? Why can't anybody just leave me alone?
Oh, you fucking slot machine, you goddamn piece of shit. You are going on the junk heap if I don't win the jackpot in the next... Oh, you bastard! You bastard! I'm gonna destroy you. You are a fucking piece of machinery. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you, fucking slot machine. Hey, you! What the hell? You pervert! Who are you spying on? How do you dare come into my house and look at me through that peephole? What the hell? All right, you asked what? I'm you bastard! You bastard!
All right. Another cool style.
This is one of the, very cool
style.
I can hear
liquid television.
You're about to see something very...
I can hear Lazo
Thank you. I love liquid television.
wondering if this is an art piece or a
Right.
TV show.
Right.
And I think that's the question we have. It looks cool and there's a charm to it. I think.
And you got Sonic Youth.
Mm-hmm.
And Lloyd
How,
Kaufman.
yeah, how was that casting?
And
What
you
was
got John McEnroe.
The casting process like?
Well, he's just been a friend of mine for a while.
Oh,
cool! You're checking out Dark Prism. That's a movie I made with Mac DeMarco, actually.
Oh, okay.
What?
I went to the YouTube page.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. The stream
trailer
is
that was-
behind.
Yeah, it's delayed.
Oh, okay.
I already
yeah.
went back to our gifts.
So
That's fine.
what is this week to week? Because
So essentially,
no, go for it.
So essentially, it's different stories, and my idea was kind of presenting them in the style of almost like old pulp magazines or novels, where each one is its own self-contained story. Later in the bathtub pilot that I sent you, he ends up going on this adventure. His bathtub flies out the window, and he ends up in a lot of different scenarios. It's a lot for 15 minutes.
Right.
I had another episode idea I had. All of these episodes have come to me in dreams. Is this very charming old man? He's beloved by his community. He wins the lottery at age 98, and he wants to give it all away, but all the people in his community convince him to use a fraction of the funds to receive brand new gold-plated eyes so that he can see any distance and far into the solar system. And then after his surgery, in which the eyes are implanted, he discovers he only has 2 weeks to live. So his loved ones all stand behind him as he executes his final wish, which is a long scenic walk to the beach. And then upon his arrival, he silently he lays down and he stares at the sky above him. And one by one, his loved ones disperse as they each return to their normal lives, but he remains in the sand. And with his new eyes, for the first time ever being able to see after a lifetime of blindness, he watches shooting stars, the sun rise and set, beams bounce off the moon. And over the next 2 weeks, people come and bring him food and water, and he remains there saying nothing and smiling. And one day in the middle of the night, he passes away on the beach alone and with a smile on his face. And he finally got his wish. He finally got to see.
I think, I mean, I like those stories that you're telling. I'm curious. I know you have this as an anthology currently, but I'm curious if, there's a world where these stories can kind of live with a cohesive
My idea
cast
is they're all
reoccurring
kind of within the same world.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I totally agree. There would be reoccurring characters. I'd want Bob's character from the bathtub as this silent kind of mute man who wanders around to be incorporated in the other stories. In fact, I would want him to be in the idea I just said. He's one of the people in this town, in this world. I've directed 6 feature films, and they all do take place in kind of the same surrealist world in this kind of ambiguous time period and place.
We got to cut you off because we're running out of time.
You're definitely making the board. I think the question is
Thank
if
you.
you hit the top spot. So we got your information. Thank you. That was good
Dylan,
stuff.
we could have spent more time with you, but since Eric rinsed 2 more minutes of our time, we unfortunately have to go. So thank you so much for sending your thing. style
No problem.
points.
Would it be
getting that
possible to
money,
call
I can
back?
see it in your
Yeah,
smile.
you're always
Yeah,
welcome
more
to.
ideas. Feel free to call back.
So let's pull up that board, Eric.
All right, here's where the board stood before Stranger
Yo,
Wonderful Tales.
what was Small Green Souls again?
It was the
Army Man.
Army Man.
Oh, that looked cool.
And then what's Button
This
Mashers?
dude has some
That
ideas,
was
though.
the anime
Right.
Just as a
controller.
I still
creator-
think Button Mashers is more interesting than Terror Squad. But hey, listen.
Look, just as a creator, I think she.
Oh, then Terror Squad.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and
Sorry,
are we
yeah.
considering this?
I'm
Yeah.
considering this
Because-
There's some good
I
creative in it.
think she had more ideas, just like permeating, like in terms of a creator.
The story that was told at the end with the, I was like, yeah,
That's one.
it feels like a
I would
cohesive
put that
story.
one.
That's that one. All right, what falls
I'm
off?
willing to be knocked out of that. I'm not saying that with all the confidence. That's just my opinion.
I
Who are you
think
gonna knock off?
it's
Yeah,
not
that's the
even.
question.
Oh, yeah. You know,
First
I'm
things
not a
first.
I would
two
knock
guys.
off Terror Squad.
I would also.
Okay,
I would put
Terror
Button
Squad.
Mashers above.
Same.
so now it's a matter of
Button
And
Mashers
then-
third, and I.
Yeah, and then
Yep.
maybe her second. Dylan's second. Let's go with that.
all right.
Again, we
I
only have
divvied up
1
the
minute
money
left
last
because
time.
fuck.
Y'all
And
can
now
do it
let's divvy it up.
Walter, you divvy it up.
Let's go. I'm gonna go 2-2-1
Ooh, and he
because
means
I actually
hundos.
thought the
He's
second
talking in
place should have been
hundos.
first.
Okay.
So that's how I combat that.
Hey. All right. Well, shout out to the
It's not
winners.
funny. Stop.
Get your cake up, your bread up, your ideas up. We're here next Thursday, 5 p.m. PST, giving away $500 again. And look. All right, we need to like turn down that shred, Eric. That thing's
I like the
ripping.
shred.
No, but just
Yeah,
turn it
well.
down a little bit. It is fucking ripping. Okay. Anything else? See you next week.
In New York, I mainly rock. I didn't
I just had to get it off. All right, peace.
Bye.